Well, hey there, welcome to day 1,334 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey as I travel from the offline corporate world of business and many, many different businesses and industries to the online world of business, and a little bit of back and forth because I like having my toes in both worlds. A lot of people today, a lot of coaches, a lot of business developers, a lot of business owners are strictly digital. They're strictly online on the internet. And I resist that in that the vast majority of my experience has been offline. 48 years now, I'd say 47, but I think it's really closer to 48 years of doing different businesses, over a quarter century of that, simultaneously working in corporate America. And so I don't want to leave that forever, but I do want to add online components to it because I understand the absolute amazing, incredible power of having an online component to any business, and that we can automate and make our life so much easier as small business owners than even and as big business owners have pretty much already figured it out because they've bought into it. But smaller business owners, it's a challenge for. So today I want to talk a little bit about ownership and control and who holds the purse strings. Who holds the purse strings was the topic of Supersize Your Business today, and it's all to me about ownership and control. And the truth is, each and every one of us, and I firmly believe this, every single one of us at least in the United States where we have the freedom to do this, if we have the ability and the confidence and the idea and the determination and the willpower and whatever else it takes to have our own business, we have to somehow create and have our own business. And even if it's just excuse me, the business of us owning our own personal brand, the days of when I joined corporate America and when I went to college, the old paradigm that you went to school, you got good grades, you went to college, you got good grades, you got a good job, you stayed there for 30 years. They were still teaching that. I think they might still be teaching that nonsense today. But the belief was you just kept getting more and more education and you would rise up through the ranks of your big corporation. Well, and corporations were loyal to people and people should be loyal to the corporation. Well, the people should be loyal to the corporation belief lasted long after the corporations stopped being loyal to people. And so even when I was still in college, just the inkling of the idea that you are in charge and personally responsible for your own career no matter what and how you choose to navigate your career, and that it's up to you because nobody else is going to be looking out for you, started to infiltrate my brain and my thinking and my mindset and my psyche, which is part of why throughout my entire corporate career, I always had some kind of businesses on the side. Number one, it gives you an incredible opportunity to be yourself within the corporations and within the companies, the big companies you're working for, that other people don't have, because other people feel like the business, the corporation owns them, whereas you know that you own yourself, and so you make decisions, better decisions for the company you're working for, as well as for yourself, for the company, because you look at it from the owner's perspective. You say, okay, well, if I truly own this company and I own my place in it, my job and my role in it right now, how am I going to make decisions? How am I going to implement things? What is the best thing for this organization to do? And you look at it with an owner's hat versus just an employee's or, sometimes a cog in the machine's hat. And it gives you a totally different perspective and a lot more powerful position. And you rise up through the ranks highly and quickly because other managers see that different mindset, see your leadership, and you automatically get promoted. At least that's what happened in my case, because you have the ability to impact and influence more people and get them to go along with decisions and things because you're presenting it in a way that's in their best interest, but it is also in the company's best interest. Because for most people, what's in the company's best interest is usually in their best interest, simply because then they still have a job. So we need to remember that it's up to us 100% of the time to manage our own career, whether it's a career in corporate America or whether it's having our own businesses. But I still contend everybody should have something on the side that brings them some sort of income, or at least a sense of confidence and security that they don't have to be so dependent that they'll do whatever they're told to do, and that we can continue to think for ourselves. So ownership equals control. We talked about the purse strings. He who controls the money, has the power, right? Money and power tend to go together, but that doesn't mean that we have to go along with whatever is said or done, because we can create our own control. No one can control us, our feelings, our thoughts, unless we let them, you know. So I think that was a great one today. We talked about, in a coaching call I had yesterday, we were talking about ownership, and owning a small business gives you a certain level of respect and confidence, because, and we should remember that, and that we have that confidence, because the vast majority of the people on the planet will never even step out and start their own business. They just won't. They won't have the courage to stretch their comfort zone and step out and do that, do something else. Lots of people will invest in stocks and bonds and other things and other businesses and Bitcoin, but they won't step out and start their own Bitcoin business, or they'll dabble in network marketing, but they won't really hop in and create their own organization within their own team within the network marketing company, which is the way you succeed in network marketing. It's actually the way you succeed in anything, is to build your own team and use that team and build that team to create a bigger impact in the world. Where did the word huger come from? I don't know, some things pop into my head sometimes, and then they come out my mouth before I have a chance to filter them. So, control the purse strings, control what you can control, and don't let other people control you in the things that you should be controlling yourself. Thinking for yourself, you ought to be doing that for yourself. Deciding what feels right and what is right for you, you gotta do that yourself. You have to make your own decisions. You can't let other people make decisions for you, because that's letting them think for you, and they don't know what's right for you. They barely know what's right for themselves half the time. Why would we let people decide and choose and make, and control us? I say, nope, not going to happen. Our annual challenge this year, do one thing every day that centers us, from this little journal book, was about listening to our intuition, listening to our gut. I don't think that's what they call it. Trust to that prompting within you. Prompting, intuition, that inner voice, right? That inner dialogue, that inner voice that's telling you you're in a situation, everything looks cool, and then something just doesn't feel right. It feels off, and you should run away. You should leave that situation. Every time I've not listened to my intuition or my gut, and I've let my mind and my head and my thoughts and the evidence and the facts rule me and help influence my decision, and I ignored my intuition that told me something's off here, every single time in the past, it has turned out really, really bad for me. So now there is always a gut instinct and an intuitive proponent to listen to everything, every decision, every choice I make. Head, heart, intuition. Head, heart, gut. That's the filter that I run things through. And it doesn't take long, but I run them through all three. I don't ignore my intuition. There's signs around us all the time. We're all equipped with a sense of what is right for us and what is wrong for us. And that isn't the right or wrong that other people or the world decides. It's what is right for us and what is wrong for us. And only we have that filter to decide and discern and know what that is. And we need to use it. We absolutely positively need to use it, because it makes our life a lot easier, a lot more fun, and it feels a lot better, right? We get to experience things that feel good to us if we're making choices that feel right for us. If we're making choices that feel wrong for us, we don't feel so good. And we've all had experience with that. At least I know I've had plenty of experience with that. So next Get Up and Go Challenge starts October 1st through 31st. I think it's going to be live 11 a.m. I think I'm going to actually, I might have to back that up. It might have to be early in the morning. Yeah, actually, it'll probably be live early in the morning instead of 11 a.m. I like 11 a.m. I think it's a great time. Or 11 a.m. Central Time is noon Eastern, so it's great for the East Coast. It's, still early for the West Coast, sorry, and as far as Australia and England and things go, yeah, it's, I know, the middle of the night or the next day. So it's tough to pick a time that works for everybody, which is why I always record the call, and I save the recording and I leave the recordings up. I don't have disappearing content. Understand, from a marketing standpoint, you need to take things away so people do it now, but I don't want those people. If I have to convince you and beg you to do something that will absolutely positively make your life easier and create something in your life that it makes it change and challenges and problems as easy as breathing to come up with the best solution for you, I'm not going to beg anybody to do that. I mean, it's a gift to know how to do that and to be able to install it in your subconscious and make it automatic. And you either want to do it or you don't. You either want to come along with us or you don't. And if you don't, great. If you do, great. But I'm not going to beg anyone, and I'm not going to have the content disappear. If people find it down the road, yay, more power to you, because that means you found it when it was right for you. So we'll start that October 1st. And I got a coaching call today, and I'm going to be going and doing something very different coming up. Not very different. It's the same, but it's going to be put out there and presented in a very different way than what I've been doing. I've been playing with the COVID, playing with helping, playing with things, and I have to make a choice and a decision today, what path and what road. And it isn't just two paths or two roads. We have infinite possibilities, and I know that. I have to pick, what is my next step? What is the next step I'm going to take? And take the fear and the doubt and the worry and the limiting beliefs out of it, because like everybody else, no matter how much we develop and grow and advance, those things still pop up. Lessons still pop up to teach us and show us something. People and situations come into our lives to teach us and show us something. And getting a big dose of that this week of, oh, you needed to do this. And then I get that feeling, well, yeah, I knew how to do this 5 years ago, and I should have done this 5 years ago. Look at all the people that have done it. And, you know, you get that self-talk, beating yourself up a little bit. And I am kicking that in the rear and saying, it doesn't matter. The only time we can make a choice and a decision and do something and act differently is right now, in the present moment. So right now, in the present moment, I'm making some changes. I'll be sharing those with you. But that's it. That's all I've got today. Go out, make it an awesome day. I've got a couple trainings I've got to do for people today. And so I want to get those scheduled and set up all the recording and things. And I need to get my microphone back from my son, because I lent him my good microphone. Or I just need to get another one. I'm going to go on Amazon and get another one. Forget it. Mine's seen better days anyway. I think I've had that microphone for, 7 or 8 years at least. So it's a great microphone, and I love it. I can't remember what kind of microphone it is now. I can see it. Big black microphone. Worked really well, but it's time to upgrade some of my technology, right? All right. Any questions, please ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow just to share what I'm working on, what I'm thinking, what's working, what's not, as we navigate this whole business growth and business world together. Have an amazing day. Like I said, if I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.